This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Centennial, Colorado. I'm here at the Chocklo Restaurant. Since 2012, they have provided Latin American street food while sharing their love of Latin culture. I'm here with Alfred, who is the owner. Thanks so much for joining us here today. Let's start off a little bit about yourself. And this is family-owned and operated. You yourself have over really a decade and a half of experience in cuisine. You're formally educated, well-traveled. Why don't you share with us a little bit how this got started for you?
Okay, yeah. Everything started about 15 years ago. And I was going to school, and I was done with my business administration degree, and then I wanted to do something like fun that I really enjoyed, and that was cooking. So I entered the University of Johnson & Wales University, and I did my culinary arts in there. Later on, I did Metro State University, restaurant management in there, and after that, we just opened the food truck, which is Freddy's Cuisine, has my name on it, and we specialize more into Latin American street food. So that's how we started back then. I mean, I enjoyed a lot what I do, and I'm very proud of what we have down in Latin America. So I'm here just to show everything, all the good things that we have down there that probably people are not aware of.
That is a great story. I mean, as you traveled around, you've seen different cultures out there. It probably inspired you to share your culture. What do you think it is about food? I mean, honestly, that's the common link that brings all of us together. Is that something that you learned out there?
Yeah, food is a very good way of reunited family and also friends. And in the Latin side of it, food is always in the front of us, in a table where we're sharing with people, with family. So that's very, very important for us.
Let me ask you this. For me, the beauty of food is the fact that you don't have to travel somewhere far to experience it. This says it right here. I mean, this is kind of a treat for people here in Colorado to experience some Latin American cuisine. Is that something that's exciting for you to be able to introduce people food that maybe they've never even tried before?
Yeah, it's very, very exciting, and people react very good over the food that I'm putting in there. Probably about 80%, they don't know what they're gonna order, so they take their time to order in the menu, but there is a lot of different options that they can do. Like I was saying earlier, we cover about 6-7 different countries in Latin America, and we have the street food from those places. So I'm bringing those into Denver so people can enjoy it and have a good time with that.
That is excellent. I see the map up on the wall, many different areas represented. This is a Colombian family really sharing recipes that were probably handed down from your grandmother, from your own mother. Were they your original inspiration?
Yes, my grandmother and my mom, they were pretty much my teachers all my life. We just like father. We used to do a lot of gatherings for Christmas and New Year's, and like I said, food was always in the front, and I was down in the kitchens, helping out and everything, so that developed some taste and good things out of my heart to learn. And later on in life, I'm here, I'm enjoying it, so it's pretty fun. I love it. Yeah.
That's a great thing. Let's jump right into the menu here. Signature arepas, what are those? Why don't you educate the folks out there for those people that have never heard of such a thing?
Okay, so arepa is a corn cake meal with cheese inside, and there is 2 countries that consume the arepas, and that's Colombia and Venezuela. In Venezuela, they open the arepa in the middle and they stuff it. In Colombia, we do that too, but mostly in some of the cities, we put everything on top. It comes with plantains and black beans and pico de gallo and guacamole and different salsas, aioli sauce and chimichurri and guajillo salsa. All these recipes I invented myself, and like I said, I'm very proud of what I have and what I have done over the years.
That is neat. I mean, I noticed there's some vegetarian options on the menu, which is great for folks like me who love meat. Is it safe to say that meat is definitely something you're going to find on the menu across the board?
Yeah, there is different options, and vegetarian option is something that we have out there. Also for vegan people and for gluten-free people. I mean, our products, like the arepas, are 100% gluten-free. Like the tacos and also the empanadas. There is some Colombian empanadas that are based on corn, and we deep fry those. So, that's...
I mean, get one, get two, or buy them by the dozen. Empanadas. Are those something that is a tradition that is basically brought down from years ago? And is that something you think people still enjoy?
Yeah, well, empanadas, you know them all around the world. I mean, they have different versions. Some people, they stuff them with meat and with potatoes. Some other put rice. Some other do a fish on it. And they do vegetarian in there. They're coming from Spain into Latin America. So in Latin America, you're going to see different versions. From the Argentinian side, that they're based on a flour. And they do different meats on it. And up in our region, in Colombia and Ecuador and Venezuela area, they do a lot of chicken, and then they do corn, and they do other products that they are growing down in the area.
In 2012, this really all began as a venture out on the street. You now have a restaurant here that you've had for over a year. When I think of street food, I think of tacos. I think of street tacos. Please tell me that's something I can still find here at the restaurant.
Yes, we have a street tacos. Like I was saying, we are specializing in street food from those countries, but especially from Mexico, we have those street tacos that they are. We serve 4 tacos in the order, and they are you do barbacoa or steak or pork al pastor or shredded beef or some other things that we have. We do those with onions and cilantro, the way they serve them in Mexico, with 2 or 3 different salsas.
In America, we basically have sandwiches. Is it safe to say sandwiches and tortas, are those kind of the same thing, or educate me a little bit here?
Okay, so torta is from Mexico. I mean, they have this special bread that is called telera. The telera is the bread that they use for the tortas. It has it's very good. It's crispy, but it's soft at the same time, and it goes really good in a sandwich. It's like you could say it's a sandwich, but they call it tortas in Mexico.
Okay, so again, they kind of look like a sandwich for us Americans who look at it there. With names like Azteca, Hawaiiana, Pero Loco, you pretty much have a torta that will pretty much please anyone, I would say.
Yes, I mean, so in that line of the típicos that we call, we have the tortas, we have the Hawaiiana, which has pineapple and ham and shredded pork and some other salsas. And the Perro Loco is just a hot dog that we do right there in Colombia and part in Venezuela too. And it's just a hot dog that we apply like 6 or 7 different salsas with pineapple and string potatoes, and there is a lot of things that go in the Perro Loco. So it's very tasty, very good. I grew up with that.
What is nice about expanding into the restaurant is the fact that I imagine your menu was able to expand as well. I mean, you're able to offer some things that maybe you couldn't offer out there on the street. At the heart of the meal are what they call topicos, is that correct? And is that really a great way to experience something unique?
Yeah, típicos is just what is typical out of the certain regions in Colombia or in Latin America. So those regions are well known by certain products, either the potatoes or the meats or the vegetables that they have in that region. And yeah, so in the típicos we have like the bandeja paisa, that is a typical name for a dish that we have in Colombia. We identify ourselves in Colombia for that, and all around the world for that special dish.
If someone had walked in here, they've never tried this type of cuisine before, of the típicos, which one would you recommend? What do you say is your favorite?
Well, my favorite, I will say, is the desgranado. Desgranado is a grilled corn, and we do string potatoes in there, and you picked up a protein, either pork al pastor or steak, grilled steak, and we do guacamole and pico de gallo and different salsas on top. That's unique. It's different. I mean, you don't see those kind of things around those products, and so that is from my own. I mean, it's from Colombia but they serve it all around the country.
I was looking at the menu earlier, checking out all the photos and everything. The Chocklo Patacon is something that kind of caught my eye. Tell me a little bit about what that is for folks that would want to try that.
Okay, patacon is a plantain. The plantain we deep fry it, we smash it, we season it, and then we freeze it, and then we fry them back again. And then after that, we just do refried beans and cheese and proteins and salsas and all that. I just want to tell you guys, at least 40 or 50% of the items that we have here, they are created by our own hands. So everything is handcraft, from the empanadas to the patacon to the arepas to the arepa, chocolate arepa, and other things.
Your love of homemade, your love of handmade, it is shared right here in the restaurant. This is a family restaurant. You've got complete children menu there as well. You've got lunch, dinner. You've even got breakfast now, which is something kind of unique that you're able to share here as well.
Yes, we have some breakfast. We're using the same arepas to stuff them up with scrambled eggs, onions, tomatoes, avocado, and different things. We use green chili also for some of the chocolate breakfast. And also we have the calentado, which is like it's a dish that we have in Colombia from all the leftovers from the day before, and that includes beans and rice and meats and all that. And the flavor is very intense and very good the next day. It's even better than after you've been cooking it.
As you are sharing your food with folks here in the area, as you're sharing international drinks and juices, and most importantly, probably the hospitality of your culture, does this continue to be rewarding for you as you see people exposed to the cuisine?
Yeah. So the main. I'm focusing more into showing people about all the different fruits and vegetables and food that we have down in Latin America, so people will be interested on it. And definitely, I mean, the juices are a big part of it because we have a lot of tropical fruits that we bring from Colombia, and we create the juices in here, so they're really fresh and good. And it will be very interesting for people that they never tried, like the guanabana. I would say the passion fruit and some other fruits that they are out there that they're very good.
Very tasty. Before we let you go today, Alfred, why don't you share with us where the name came from, Chocklo? What does that mean?
Well, Chocklo. We got that name when we started, before we started business, and it was focusing more into the items that we provide here. That, like I said, 40 to 50 are based on, they're gluten-free, and so Chocklo means corn. In the Andes, there's like 5 different countries that have that corn, and it's called choclo. In Colombia, in other countries, they're named differently, but it's the same sweet, big corn husk.
Obviously, the adventure began out in a food truck. We now have a physical location, but I noticed the truck is out front. Was that important for you to make sure the food is still able to go to people, maybe even at a special event?
Yes, it is. I mean, we still work the truck, and the truck is located in different places in the DTC area. We do a lot of corporate events, and we do catering for special events like weddings and birthday parties and things like that. We also have a catering menu here at the Chocklos, and yeah, we provide all the food that we just talked about.
That is a wonderful story. Viewers, let's take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see, first of all, is their website. On the website, take a look at the menu, pretty extensive menu. Basically, this began in 2012 out on the street in the truck. The truck is still out there, still able to serve you. Matter of fact, find them on Facebook. They'll let you know where they're going to be. any specials or events they're having like that, let you know as well. Keep in mind that if you want something catered, they can actually come to you as well. Put together a custom menu just for your event and basically expose you to Latin cuisine that basically a lot of folks are not able to share around here. They now have a physical location. They've been here for over a year. Once again, that is Chocklo's Restaurant, located right here in Centennial, Colorado. This is Gary Atensi with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.